In case you're wondering, yes, this is still terrifying. But if there's one thing I learned from watching Scott speak over the years, it's that if a joke kills, keep using it.
Yeah.
So last time I was here, I said that my biggest fears were public speaking, having my picture taken, and other people crying. So I only nominate clients that I'm willing to go through those 3 things for. So Patrick, I hope you appreciate what I'm doing for you up here. So when Scott told me I'd be speaking before Patrick's video, my first thought was actually, oh good, at least they won't be crying yet. He has no idea what I'm about to say, and it's just tearing him up inside. So you haven't seen Patrick's story yet, and I don't want to spoil it for you. So I'm going to share a little bit about how Patrick and I work together to show you not only his work ethic, but his sense of humor. I tease Patrick that since everyone else tells him how inspirational he is all the time, that it's my job to bring him back down to earth and remind him that he's a human being. And that's not to diminish all that he's done or say that he's not inspirational, because he certainly is, but to make sure that he gives himself rest and recovery and self-care and all those things that people who are not Superman need, who are human beings. So when it was announced that he would be one of our honorees tonight, I told him that in order to compensate for all the wonderful things that were going to be said about him tonight, that my speech was going to have to be a roast. The last couple of weeks, at some point during every session, he's asked me at least once, "You're not really going to roast me, are you?" And I said, "Patrick, of course not. If I roast a guy with a brain injury, I'm going to look like a jerk." But in preparing for tonight, I realized looking like a jerk has never stopped me from doing anything before. So I'd like to present what I hope will be the world's nicest and probably shortest roast. Don't worry, you're going to be okay, Patrick. Before I talk about Patrick, I'd like to thank his other trainers, Emily and Debbie, as well as anyone else who has trained him. Or covered one of his sessions so that he didn't have to miss one. And that was such a nice roasting, you didn't even know what it meant unless you were Patrick, his father, or one of those trainers. When Scott first approached me about training Patrick, he warned me that he wouldn't be hard to motivate. In fact, more than anything, I would need to reel him in. He needed a stubborn trainer. Little did he know they'd actually be setting up a series of experiments to finally determine once for all which would prevail, the unstoppable force or the immovable object.
Right.
Spoiler alert, so far the immovable object is winning. Patrick has such a great network of friends and family and supporters around him that they had an easily successful Kickstarter to purchase a new adapted bike for him that could handle all the miles that he puts in. And it had nothing at all to do with Patrick's cabin fever when he can't get out and ride. So these are inside jokes, don't worry about it. He knows. And this is one that probably only Emily, Patrick, and I will understand. I hope this clip makes it online before Patrick's next race, because he'll hit a new PR for sure. Also inside joke, don't worry, you see, he got it. Patrick, I can only make these jokes because you're so hardworking, dedicated, and an excellent sport. You deserve all the accolades that you will receive tonight, even if the next few minutes will undo all of my hard work.
Patrick was diagnosed with Rasmussen syndrome when he was 17 years old. It's a very catastrophic illness, and what it does is it's an immune disorder, and you have errant T cells that attack either your right hemisphere or your left hemisphere. In Patrick's case, it was his right hemisphere. And what these T cells do is they actually cause atrophy in the lobe. But the eventual thing is they get so involved with Patrick that he has to have an operation. And the operation is very, very complicated. And what it does is actually takes out all lobes or disconnects all lobes in his right hemisphere, which causes the impairment on his left side. But it has stopped all his seizures.
Patrick, like I said, always works hard. He always has a goal. Once we reach one goal, Patrick has another goal, which has made me a better trainer. So Patrick doesn't like to do the same workout twice, so we always have things something fresh and new for Patrick, which is awesome.
You can talk to the trainers about anything, personal to how to make you good life, development in general.
So usually when we warm up, we talk about the weekend, what's going on in his life, and then we get started. Usually I'll tease him a little bit too throughout the workout. Not as much as we do.
Right.
What does it mean to all of your trainers? You got 3 of them nowadays.
It means the world. I put in a lot of hard work, and it's really appreciated to be recognized for all my hard work.
What the program has done for Patrick is it built his self-esteem because he sees his accomplishments and that he is getting more fit, he's getting stronger, and he has, that desire to do the best he can. And what Fighting Back does for him is therapy that can't be replaced. It helps him considerably. It helps his self-esteem. And when he talks to people about this, he says, I feel almost as good as an able-bodied athlete.
There was one time I had a rowing goal, and Melvin, actually, the other award winner, was actually watching me row. And I think we just fed off each other, and then actually reached the goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he was like, how do you do it? That's what's special about the community, is people feed off each other and what their accomplishments are. And they support each other. Not only here at the Fighting Back, if you see somebody out in the community that goes to Fighting Back, they'll pull you aside. Oh, hey, what's going on? When's your next appointment? When will I see you there? It's more of a social atmosphere. And then, in the regular gyms, everybody's just trying to be the biggest and baddest. And it's not, it's a different environment. The Fighting Back community is just not in the Fighting Back. Just having the sense of community out in the therapy room where people get scared. And I gotta tell them it's going to be okay. You'll get to where I'm gonna be. I mean, a lot of people look up to me. They see where I come from, and from a chair to walking 6 or 7 miles a day. And you know when somebody's getting better, when they end up at Bryn Rehab, then they go to rehab, and then they get to here, you know they're feeling better. They made that journey, and it's Fighting Back is almost like the last steps to the world after a brain injury.
A bridge back to
A bridge back to the community. And you have to fight your way back, or if you're not going to fight back, you're just going to stay stagnant. And if you don't have the courage, desire, determination, it's a rough road out there. You're not going to make it.
please rise to honor our 70th honoree, Patrick Sweeney.
As you can tell, I have some nice friends. I'm crazy. Good evening, everyone. I would like to start with a quote. Never stop until you make it to the top. When you make it to the top, you can exceed your goals. So when you make it to the top, never stop. You'll exceed your goals. Good evening, everyone. I want to start by giving a tremendous thank you to everyone who has contributed to a successful year of fighting back, which has led me to this incredible honor and achievement. First, my father Jim, for his never-ending love and support. Lee, Emily, and Drew for their continued encouragement and strive for my goals. My therapists, Katie and Michelle, for their patience and understanding and the genuine passion they inject into every encounter, which has made me a better person. My physical therapist, Natalie, and the entire staff of Bryn Mawr Rehab and Remed for getting me to the highest place possible. And finally, my soccer team and the coaching staff for never forgetting my devotion and success as an athlete and for keeping me involved in the sport that shaped my life of 27 years of playing soccer. Despite my past and current struggles, playing through seizures my whole soccer career, my teammates and the soccer community always looked out for me so I could play the game I loved. And I can't tell you how much this sport means to me. For me, adaptive sports are an outlet where I can compete, and I can feel like I was when I was an amateur soccer player. I hope that I can inspire others that they can achieve their goals, fighting back a sense of community. That through all the years of training, I have never ran across a gym like this. It has helped me through struggles, rough times. This reward is proof to me, myself, and everyone that knows me, how hard I work day in and day out. And improving the overall quality of my life through my love for athletics. Thank you again, this means the world.